IQOO phones have been known to provide incredible performance, but they have always lagged behind the competition when it comes to the software experience, cameras, and other premium features. With IQOO 12, the company has tried to address its weaknesses and has made a phone that seems to be a pretty well-rounded package, at least on paper. So I've quested on and on for over 6 months with this phone to find out whether this phone is actually a well-rounded package with a mass market appeal, or does it appeal only to a niche audience of gaming and performance enthusiasts. And in this video, I'll share my findings with you. So without any further ado, let's get started with a detailed review of the IQOO 12. There is something uniquely special about this IQOO 12's design. This squircle camera island is the highlight for me. The attention to detail is quite impressive, and even though I personally like this black variant the most, all the 3 colors on offer look amazing, and the phone also feels amazing thanks to this solid metal frame. Despite having such a large camera bump, this phone feels surprisingly well balanced. Even in terms of dimensions, it's not too big or small, it just feels right. In terms of durability, you get shot sensation glass protection, which is more or less on par with Gorilla Glass 5 protection. This is a decent level of screen protection, and in my 6 months of using this phone without a screen protector, I have not seen any noticeable scratches. This phone also gets an IP64 rating, but that only applies to China. The Indian variant is not rated for any kind of water or dust protection, but it will easily handle a few water splashes or rain without a problem. So other than the missing IP rating, this phone has a pretty good design and build. Next is the display, and here I have nothing bad to say. This display is simply amazing. It's a big 6.78-inch flat display with LTPO AMOLED tech. This display can go up to 144Hz refresh rate, but that is only possible while gaming. In general use, it switches from 1 to 120Hz, making it very energy efficient. It can also get really bright, around 1400 nits in high brightness mode and about 3000 nits in terms of HDR peak brightness, which is extremely impressive. Speaking of HDR, it is supported in both YouTube as well as Netflix. And it is also enabled in the gallery, so all the images captured by this phone look great with boosted brightness for the highlights. You also get some visual enhancement options like video enhancement and MEMC. I'm personally not a fan of MEMC as it makes the content look less cinematic, but it's a good option for watching sports. Then there is 2160Hz of PWM dimming for sensitive eyes. However, you need to enable it from the developer options to take full advantage of this tech. And then there is also wet touch technology, which helps in improving the touch accuracy while using the phone with wet hands or during rain. So overall, this is a truly flagship grade display, and watching movies or playing games on it is an absolute treat. The good news continues with audio. The stereo speakers are loud and clear. The mids and highs are produced quite well, but the bass feels slightly lacking. Hear it for yourself. Even the audio recording quality is pretty good. I especially like the vocal clarity. The earpiece is also loud and clear. I had no issues with handling calls, even with a lot of background noise. In terms of audio enhancements, you can upscale the audio as well as tweak the audio for different earphones or ear types. But there is no equalizer or Dolby Atmos support. In terms of Bluetooth audio, pretty much all the codecs are supported, including the lossless LDAC codec. However, LHDC codec is not supported, which is quite weird as pretty much all the Chinese phone brands support it. So overall, you get a very good audio experience while using this phone. Camera is an area which surprised me the most about this phone. Usually gaming focused phones don't have good camera hardware or image processing. But on this phone, you get very impressive camera hardware. All the 3 rear cameras have large sensors with support for high resolution as well as pixel binning. Only the front camera seems to be an average one. Coming to image processing, you get 3 looks to choose from. Natural is the closest to natural colors, Vivid boosts the colors slightly to make the photos more appealing, and Textured enhances the texture and contrast to make the images look more detailed but that also reduces the dynamic range as the shadow details are lost. I've taken most of these shots in natural or vivid mode. The primary camera captures very good results. The images have eye-pleasing colors and are packed with details from corner to corner. And because it is a large sensor, it creates a natural depth of field effect with close-up objects. Even in terms of dynamic range, it performs well. It perfectly balances the indoor and outdoor lighting, and even while facing the sun, it exposes the entire scene perfectly. Even its low light performance is excellent. All these low light shots are packed with details while being pretty much noise free. Coming to the other cameras, you get very good details and color parity with the primary camera, and that holds true even when the lighting is less than ideal. Even in terms of dynamic range, the other cameras are equally good. However, I especially like the 3x zoom periscope camera. Its 70mm focal length is very useful at isolating subjects, but even when you zoom into 10x, the results are pretty much lossless. And its overall zoom range rivals the S24 Ultra, which is very impressive. And this 3x camera also doubles as a super macro camera with some exceptional results. You can use it in 3x or 6x magnification, and the results are always amazing. Coming to the selfie camera, it does well in terms of skin tones, dynamic range and low light performance, but sometimes it oversharpens the images. Coming to video, all the rear cameras can record videos in 4K 60fps individually, but if you want to switch cameras while recording, you have to limit the video recording to 4K 30fps. The overall video recording quality is good, but not flagship grade. The primary camera can also record videos in 8K 30fps, and the quality is pretty good, but these videos lack stabilization. You also get night video mode, and its quality is quite impressive. This is a video sample from the front camera of IQOO 12. This is unfortunately limited to 1080p 30fps, which is quite outdated by today's standards. The camera UI deserves a special mention as it is quite well made. It is thoughtfully designed and is packed with a lot of modes, including the very important Pro mode for both photos and videos. So overall, the camera experience on this phone is simply amazing. It is easily one of the best camera systems in its price range. I just wish it had 4K selfie video recording, then it would have been perfect. Next, let's talk about the performance aspect of this phone. Let's start with the Snapdragon 8 Gen 3, the most powerful chip in the world of smartphones right now. Add to that a massive 6000mm square vapor chamber cooling system and a custom-made Q1 chip that does game frame interpolation as well as game super resolution. Combine all these and you get the ultimate gaming experience. All the games run at the best graphics and the highest frame rate. And with game frame interpolation, you can even get 144 FPS as the Q1 chip adds virtual frames to increase the smoothness. And with game super resolution, games like Genshin Impact look so sharp and detailed. It's hard to show on camera, but in person you'll immediately notice the difference. Also, thanks to the massive vapor chamber cooling system, this phone doesn't get too hot, and the gaming performance remains the same even after long gameplay sessions. With such amazing gaming performance, the benchmarks are pretty much irrelevant. But still, if you are curious, here are the benchmark scores. Unsurprisingly, its peak performance scores are on par with the best, and the sustained performance scores are also very impressive. With so much power under the hood, day-to-day tasks hardly put any load on this chip. Everything opens and closes in an instant. The UI feels super responsive and blazingly fast. So yeah, this is hands down the most powerful phone in its price range. Nothing else even comes close. Okay, so far I've praised pretty much every aspect of this phone, but the software experience has always been the weakest aspect of IQOO phones, and I've never been a fan of it. It always had issues like ads, bloatware, aggressive memory management, and lack of advanced multitasking. With the new FunTouch OS 14, based on Android 14, IQOO has tried to address a lot of these issues. So now, you only get these 5 third-party apps, which are mostly useful, and you can always remove them if you don't need them. The memory management is also now pretty good. Important apps like Truecaller and MyGate remain active in the background, and now you can have several floating windows open for better multitasking. The UI also feels very smooth and polished, which is great, and IQOO has been good at pushing frequent updates with security patches and bug fixes. But not everything is fixed. You still need to stay far away from the V App Store and browser, Otherwise, you'll keep getting unwanted notifications from these apps. The always on display is also limited, as you still can't see all your notification badges on the always on display. You can only select 4. There are also no big AI features on offer here, and the whole UI feels a little dated. So this IQOO UI is still not among my favorites, but now at least I can use it without getting frustrated all the time. Coming to battery, you get a good 5000 mAh battery inside, and the battery life is simply amazing. You can easily expect it to last an entire day with heavy use and 6 to 7 hours of screen on time. Even the charging solution is great. You get a 120 watt charger in the box, which also doubles as a PD charger to charge your other gadgets quickly. And this one charges in under half an hour, which is simply awesome. I wish it had support for wireless charging as well, but having a super fast wired charger in the box more than makes up for it. So overall, in the battery department, I am very pleased with this phone. In terms of the box content, you get everything important like a charger, case, and a pre-applied screen protector. The fingerprint scanner is very fast and accurate, though the placement could have been slightly higher. Even the face unlock is very fast and reliable. You get an IR blaster on top, and with the smart remote app, you can control all your home appliances with this phone. The haptic feedback is also pretty good, but IQOO needs to incorporate it more extensively in the UI to make the whole experience feel more tactile. In terms of sensors and connectivity, nothing is missing here. However, limiting the Type-C port to USB 2.0 speeds and not supporting video out is a missed opportunity, especially for a gaming phone. And finally, in terms of 5G support and network features, I have nothing to complain about. Even the SIM tray supports dual nano SIM cards, which is great. So finally, it's conclusion time. So overall, I really like this phone. It is easily the best phone to get for any performance enthusiast looking for a phone under 50,000 rupees. It is also a very good option for someone who wants a very versatile and capable camera setup. And with an excellent display, great audio, reliable battery, and good looking design, this is a very good overall package. Still, if you want your phone to have an IP68 rating, wireless charging, 4K selfie video recording, faster Type-C port with video out, and a more premium software experience, this is not the phone for you. I wish IQOO implements these missing features in the next phone, but as far as this phone is concerned, I feel IQOO has done a really good job. It's phones like this that builds a brand's reputation over time. So that's my detailed review of the IQOO 12. Hope you enjoyed it and found it useful. Please like, comment, share, and subscribe to my channel down below. Thanks for watching.